Imagine waking up to the news that the government just greenlit a plan to send you cash, up to $2,200, straight into your bank account. It's not a dream, it's happening right now. After weeks of back and forth in Washington, the Senate finally said yes to a new stimulus refund that's got millions of Americans buzzing. This isn't just another headline, it's a real chance for you to get some financial breathing room, and fast. The best part? If you play your cards right, that money could hit your account in just days. But here's the catch, not everyone's getting it automatically. You've got to know how it works, who's in line for it, and what steps to take. So, stick with me as I walk you through this game changer, step by step. The economy's been a roller coaster lately, hasn't it? Prices creeping up, bills piling on, and for a lot of folks, it's still tough to catch a break. That's why this news feels like such a big deal. Congress has been under pressure to do something, and after intense debates, they've landed on this, a targeted boost to help people who've been feeling the squeeze. It's not like those blanket checks we saw before, where everyone got a piece of the pie. This time, they're zeroing in on specific struggles, aiming to get cash to those who need it most. And here's what's wild, they're promising to move lightning fast. Applications could be processed in as little as 7 to 10 days. That's a far cry from the waiting game we've played with past relief efforts. So, what's different about this one? For starters, you've got to apply for it. No sitting back and waiting for a check to show up in the mail like last time. But don't worry, they've made it pretty straightforward. The government's rolling out a system designed to cut through the red tape, with options to apply online, through a mobile app, over the phone, or even in person if that's your preference. They've thrown serious funding at this to beef up the processing power, so once your application's in, you're not left hanging for weeks. Analysts are already saying this could be a new benchmark for how quickly the government can deliver help when it counts. Now, let's talk about who's eligible. If you're earning less than $75,000 a year, or $150,000 for couples filing taxes together, you're in the main group they're looking at. That's the starting point. But it's not just about income. There's more to it. If you've had a rough year financially, maybe unexpected medical bills, school costs, or trouble keeping up with rent or a mortgage, those challenges could bump up what you get. The base payment tops out at $2,200 for individuals, but it's not one size fits all. Families with dependents could see extra cash per person, no matter their age. That's a shift from before, when adult dependents often got left out. Show proof of tough times, and you might unlock even more beyond that base amount. How much could you actually walk away with? It depends. Your income, how many people you're supporting, and what you've been through lately all play a role. Picture this, a single parent making $60,000, juggling rent hikes and a kid in college, could qualify for the full $2,200 plus a bit more for their dependent. Someone else, just over the income line but hit with medical debt, might still get a partial payment. It's tailored, not universal, and that's got experts talking about how this could steady local economies without flooding the system with cash that doesn't need to be there. Applying sounds simple, but you'll want to be ready. You'll need the basics, your ID info, how you filed your taxes, stuff like that. If you're claiming extra for hardships, dig up those records, doctor bills, rent receipts, proof your income took a hit. Got dependents? Have their details handy too. The good news is you can submit most of this digitally, so no endless trips to the post office. Officials are hammering home that getting it right matters. Mistakes could slow things down. And if you're set up for direct deposit, that's the golden ticket. Payments could land in your account way faster than a paper check winding its way through the mail. Where's all this money coming from? Lawmakers didn't just pull it out of thin air. They've pegged the cost at $380 billion and found ways to cover it without piling onto the deficit. Think tweaks to corporate taxes for a bit, shuffling around funds that were already approved but never spent, and cracking down harder on wealthy tax dodgers. That mix was what finally got both sides in Congress to shake hands on it. Some are even saying this could hint at how they tackle funding down the road, smart moves to keep the books balanced while still helping out. The ripple effects could be huge. Picture millions of people getting these refunds and spending them, paying off debts, grabbing groceries, maybe treating themselves to something they've put off. Small businesses, like your local diner or corner store, could see a real boost. More cash flowing around might even spark some hiring in places that VE been struggling. It's not just about the money in your pocket, It's about what it could do for your community. So, what would you do with it? Clear a bill? Fix the car? That choice, times millions, is what's got economists watching closely. Mark your calendar. This whole thing kicks off soon. They've got 30 days from the day the bill passed to get the application system up and running. That means early next month, you could be filling out your form. First payments might start hitting accounts by mid-month if everything stays on track. Go the direct deposit route, and you're looking at the quickest turnaround. Officials are all over this, making sure the timeline holds, and they've baked in security to keep scammers at bay. Think multi-step logins online and cross-checks with government records. No repeat of the fraud headaches from early pandemic days. Not everyone's sold, though. Some say requiring an application might trip up the people who need this most, like folks without easy internet access or who don't trust the process. Fair point. But the counter is that they've built in options, phone lines, in-person help, and set aside cash for community groups to step in and guide people through it. Think libraries, non-profits, places already trusted in neighborhoods. It's a push to make sure no one's left out, and we'll see how it plays out. This comes at a tricky time. Jobs are ticking up, sure, but costs for basics, housing, food, doctor visits, are still biting hard for a lot of households. This plan's laser-focused on those pressure points, trying to ease the load where it's heaviest. It's not a fix-all, but it's a lifeline. And politically, it's a rare win. Both parties found enough common ground to get it done. That doesn't happen every day, and it's got people wondering if this could signal more teamwork ahead. One last perk: this money won't ding you at tax time. The law says it's not taxable federally, so no surprise hit when you file next year. Check your state, though. Some might handle it differently. As this rolls out, there could be hiccups. If too many people apply at once, they might stagger things, maybe by birthday or last name. They're ready to adapt, balancing speed with keeping the system from crashing. Want to get ahead? Start rounding up your paperwork now. Double-check your info matches everywhere. Apply early if you can, maybe late at night when the servers aren't slammed. Set up alerts so you don't miss updates.